Good evening. AFL Chief Andrew Demetriou has thrown down the gauntlet on the controversial Adelaide Oval redevelopment. He says it's the only viable option, but the plans are still facing stiff opposition, and there's a new question mark over the cost.
Adelaide Oval's become the ultimate political football, and today one of the key players made his pitch.
We believe there are no viable options or alternatives. The redevelopment of Adelaide Oval is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for football and cricket to be located close to the city.
AFL boss Andrew Demetriou's thrown his weight behind the troubled project following a round of meetings in Adelaide today. But not everyone's convinced. Opposition leader Isabel Redman caught up with Mr Demetriou and other football chiefs to learn her plans for a covered stadium are off the agenda. But she says the meeting also unearthed an extra $35 million price tag for a new car park at Adelaide Oval, outside the latest ballpark of $535 million.
There are big question marks over this government's management of the money side of this whole project, and I'm yet to be persuaded that it is in the best interest of football for this to happen.
And the Crows could still mount opposition of their own. Some of the main sticking points for the Crows include car parking, club facilities and membership arrangements, to name just a few.
I don't share the view that Adelaide Football Club has got concerns. I think the Adelaide Crows and Port Adelaide have been keen contributors.
No doubt there'll be more contributions to come after tomorrow, when the latest designs will be publicly released. Caroline Kelly, 7 News.
Locals are worried about a mysterious discharge that's been gushing from Lonsdale's desal plant. They say it's killing the marine life, but the EPA insists it's perfectly safe.
Frothy white liquid is flowing freely onto the rocky beach at Lonsdale. It's being piped from cliff-top storage tanks where the $1.8 billion desalination plant is under construction, and there's a build-up of silt and algae near the outlet pipe.
There's been a massive die-off of the shellfish.
The Environment Protection Authority says the plant's operator, Adelaide Aqua, has been given approval to discharge treated stormwater and groundwater from the site. According to the EPA, the water quality complies with safety standards, and there's no evidence of damage to marine animals.
The common black winkles, they are dead where there are ponds of this water left behind at low tide.
Stormwater runoff from the desal plant has gouged out this mini Grand Canyon, with all the silt and clay being dumped onto the beach.
It coats the platform, and that's got to have an impact, certainly in deeper water. It's not going to be good for seagrass either.
Adelaide Aqua says the runoff is checked regularly to make sure it complies with EPA requirements. But the Water Action Coalition is conducting its own testing.
We do need independent monitoring of the desalination plant.
Chris Warren, 7 News.
Australia's getting a paid parental leave scheme, with Parliament approving the historic measure in the past hour. It's a rare policy triumph for the Rudd government and will come into effect next year.
For Kim Salmon, being a first-time mum was hardly child's play.
In this day and age with mortgages and everything else, there's so many parents that both have to work.
On leave without pay, it was hard to make ends meet.
I ended up going back to work after 3 months.
But now, that's about to change.
It is this government that is going to deliver Australia's first paid parental leave scheme.
From January 1 next year, primary carers, normally mothers on less than $150,000, will get 18 weeks leave at the minimum wage of $570 a week, taxed according to their total income and costing $260 million a year, while stay-at-home mums will still get the $5,000 baby bonus.
Norway had this scheme in 1936, so we are latecomers, but it is a very historic day.
Some small businesses predict it'll be an administrative nightmare.
To run the payment system through small business is ridiculous. It's more red tape.
The opposition finally supported the scheme, but promises 6 months parental leave on full pay, funded by a new tax on business if it wins government. Mark Riley, 7 News.